Good evening, I'm Adventure Argonaut. This is Grizzly Man, some sort of retro style horror game, like adventure or visual novelish. Not quite sure what we're getting into, except it seems very, I don't know, horror tropey or whatever, and I like the graphical style, so I wanna try it. I think it's supposed to be quite a short game, but how short exactly we will find out. And all my streams are functional, and yes, yesterday I did finish Operation Abyss. At least, like, there's still some content but after finishing the game, but right now I'm really happy to play something else on stream after finishing that game, even though, I didn't hate the game, but I'm happy to be streaming something else. So let's get to Grizzly Man. Right, so yeah, settings, is there anything? I guess nothing really to change or anything. Claudia, chapter 1. You're more than 13,000 kilometers from home, from your friends, from your university campus. 13,000 kilometers. You think about the number and wonder how many miles that is. Chloe, I guess, a French traveler you meet at a hostel in Fairbanks, had taught you a quick way to convert it. And even though Chloe admitted her method wasn't exact, it was close enough. Claudia, so it's Claudia and Chloe. It's two similar names. First, I divide the number by 10. Uh, 13,000 by 1. I'm not quite sure what they want from me. It wasn't like 13,000, so is it like the number 13? It's 13 if I divided it by 1,000, right? So okay, it's 1,300. Okay. I was like, are we supposed to divide? I thought we were supposed to divide the number depicted there. This one. The next step, come on. Okay, I'm starting to have my doubts about this game. It's very unclear what they want from me. The next step is to multiply the result by 6. So 1,300 times 6. 1,300. I really hate it that you have to do math and you don't see the equation in front of you. 1,300. You was it multiplied, right? Was it multiplied? See, 7,800. Yeah, you're 7,800 miles from home. I don't appreciate this. Don't force maths on me. It's not difficult, but like at least show the numbers in front of me. If you force me to count, if a country with different currency, but it is horror, definitely. This is one of the most horrifying beginnings to a game I've ever experienced. That's true. In a country with a different currency, another culture, another way of measuring distance. Yeah, I know the feeling very well. You met them at the same hostel as Chloe. Mike and Ava have been together for almost 2 years. You know they're from the United States, but you're not sure where exactly. When Ava mentioned the city they lived in, you didn't get it, and then you felt too embarrassed to ask again. Embarrassed, you think? Something none of you had ever felt even remotely the night before. Are these freckles, or is it like the she drunk? I don't know. Okay, so they had a gangbang or something, and now they were pushing you aside. Screw them. I guess she did. Who do they think they are? Hadn't they told you they were looking for new experiences? Or was it only when alcohol or weed could give them an easy excuse to do what they really wanted to do? You miss your family. It's hard to admit, and as a psychology student, you try not to analyze yourself. They arrived at the clearing a few minutes ago. Mike took off his clothes and ran straight into the water. You started to unbutton your pants, and Ava looked you in the eyes and shook her head. Then she took off her clothes and stepped into the river. You wonder what's going on with Ava. Is she feeling threatened? Does she think your presence puts her relationship at risk? 13,000 kilometers. How many miles did you say that was? Far from home, you wonder what you want to do with your life. Go back to your ex when you get home, graduate and set up your own practice. Seeing the salmon had been your idea. What? The salmon travel huge distances against the current to complete their reproductive cycle. Are you a salmon too? Or a trout, a pregnant trout? You feel your pulse quicken and a void in the pit of your stomach. Do you want to have kids? Start a family like your parents, your grandparents? Maybe she just wants to get killed by some slasher grizzly bear guy or something. You look at the stones and pick one. Bigger the size, the better the grip, the easier the movement. Tiny stone. Oh wait, what? The fuck am I supposed to do? Okay, am I supposed to press this thing? Okay, what the fuck am I supposed? I'm pressing. Am I supposed to press this? Okay, that's what is fuck. Huh? So I'm supposed to press on the face? What? Okay, this is the worst thing I've ever played. Oh, I'm supposed to. Am I supposed to hold the button? What the fuck? Okay, like fucking game. Just tell me what I'm supposed to do. Like if I press on the face, we seem to fail. There's like this thing. This like the sound. I'm pressing like okay, that was the enter key. What the fuck is going on with this game? Like I don't. At least I want to know what I'm doing wrong or what could I do right. See, okay, I clicked here, so that was bad. This is like the worst game I've ever played. Not really, but it's like, what were they thinking? Yeah, there's return to reality. Return to like yeah, makes me want to quit playing this game. Actually, like what the fuck? Am I dumb that I don't understand what's going on? Why aren't there like controls? Why is it more difficult than, I don't know, Dark Souls? Just it's like there's this clock, I'm trying to click on it, nothing happens. So I press here, it's fail. I press here, it's fail. I press here, nothing happens. I press here, nothing happens. L is just the menu. I mean, what is L? Okay, this is log, so we see what has happened. I press the text. What? It's like, I think I pressed here and something happened. Like, I think the animation was a bit different. I think like that. Okay, what happened now? Trying to press arrow keys. Like settings. Are they? No. Settings. I want to see the controls. You know, I could just try to skip the section, but now I'm more like obsessive. I want to see like how do you throw stone. Like I want to see. I'm checking online because this is so. Grizzly Man. Yeah, I found a guide. The goal of the stone minigame is to click when the cursor is in range for the lowest amount of stars. Then go to the highest. Is to click where? Okay. Ah, okay. Huh? Aha. Okay, that. What the fuck is going the wrong way? So what now? Like, okay. So what are we supposed to do now? We have all the stars. This is so bad. Like I can't imagine how bad this game actually is. I wasn't expecting. Like, like, what am I supposed to do after the stars? He said it's the difficulty. Okay, the big stone is supposed to be the easiest. Or I know. It's going the fucking wrong way. Like this bad game is so fucking awful. Like, come on. What am I supposed to do if it goes the wrong way? Oh no, I'm supposed to. Ah, all right, now I get it. No. What after this? What am I supposed to do? I was looking for a comfy, story-based game, but this is so bad. Like this is honestly like fascinatingly awful. Like even the ah, am I supposed to just do it like multiple times in a row? No. Okay, I got an achievement. Oh, okay. Okay, I guess return. Okay, there's like what were we like throwing stones, skipping stones, or what? I don't know. This is so. The game gave no indication what we're supposed to be doing. Like, I really, how do you screw up so like basic ideas? It's the second you live like an eternity. You want to scream but can't. Oh my god, it's Manbearpig. Just like thunder can't perceive the lightning. Oh my god. You scream only when the light reveals what's going on. Okay, I do sort of like this image. Run! Suddenly everything speeds up. Time seems to regain its normal rhythm. And all that matters is that whatever that is, it doesn't catch you. You feel you gain significantly to look back. Where? Creature appears out of nowhere. Oh, someone. A piece of your brain slides down the trunk of an old aspen in the taiga. Oh my god, this game is gonna be so bad. Today you should learn some cognitive functions that only the reptilian part of your brain take over. Focus on escaping whatever that is. Image of Ava also you like a revelation. It's drawn to run. Would you run if it had been someone else instead of Ava? What would you have done if it were Chloe or your ex, your mom? So I guess I just cannot let the head go this far here. Okay, or your dad. You hide behind a tree trying to calm yourself. Oh my god. The mechanics are really awful. I was expecting just, some sort of, how do I say, I'm clicking. How the, I'm trying to click this, pressing buttons. Return. What? Is this bugged? Is this game bugged? Am I supposed to? I'm pressing buttons like keypad, letters, numbers. I have to press the mouse buttons. Nothing's working out. Okay. Let's see. I wasn't expecting needing internet's help with this game, but I can't even save the game. Save game. Yeah, there's somebody on Steam forums saying, but saving doesn't work. Trying to save in Act 2 made the game is irresponsive. Had to abandon the game. Okay, it says it autosaves every time you finish a chapter. So at least, okay, fine. Uh, but how the fuck? How can this game be so bad? And like, I've played it for 20 minutes. Like I wanted didn't because I didn't like the writing in the beginning, but I didn't want to be mean. But like, come on, the game mechanics have been awful, and then the fucking saves don't seem to work. Okay, you'll be hide behind a tree trying to calm yourself. But now, but now, is it stuck? Oh my god, I think the game is stuck. Can't I can't save. I can't do anything. Okay, let's go to main menu. Let's try again. This game is really bad, it seems. I really wasn't expecting. I was expecting it to be cringy, but okay. What happened now? I pressed new game, right? Nothing's happening. I guess I should restart the game or something. Control F4. Okay, that worked. That worked. The sad thing is I cannot refund this game because I bought it in a bundle. Let's see. Okay, at least it seemed to have saved that stuff. But yeah, now we have to start from beginning, I guess. First, let's try save. Does it work? Okay, now we can save. This piece of garbage. Oh, oh no. Let's try again. Okay, it works. Uh, oh yeah, there's this button. Okay, that's big stone. Okay, let's. Oops. Don't really have. Okay. Now I can see what we are doing here because like we're just okay. But you know when I'm playing the star game, I can't really look at this. Yeah. All right. Let's return to reality. Can we save again? Yes, we can. Okay. Okay, we can. I used the fast forward, and of course, it made the monster. Where are they? Monster fast forward to like this stuff. Okay, I was too fast apparently. Oh my god. Like, you know, I was expecting, you know, basically the gameplay would be multiple choice. And that's, you know, not the most exciting, but, you know, this, like, oh my god. Like, you know, the visuals are at least decent. I do like the retro style. But I'm sad. I am sad. Here we hide. Okay, I could save. I could save. How could something like this be real? Yeah, this game. Could you be imagining it? Look back, okay? Dun dun dun. What? Run? You start running again. This time without looking back. What's going on? Are we supposed to be doing something? What's... You hear a sob. We really had to just... Hey, Agent Double Earth, welcome to see the best game ever. We hear a sob nearby. You find Mike sprawled on the ground. Claudia. The branch piercing his leg points towards the treetops, as if trying to rejoin the forest. Ava, I didn't want to. You don't really know what to say to him. You think you can catch a glimpse of shame in his eyes. But who are you to judge? You ran too. You hear a whistle. And something warm splashes your face. Can you save? Yes. Because previously the saving was bugged. So now I wanna save every like few minutes. Mike's eyes so full of questions just moments ago. Spin backwards like a macabre slot machine. Mike! You try not to think, but you know it's impossible. Mike and Ava are dead, but you're not. You're alive. You cling to that thought. The certainty of your survival seems to awaken something primal within you. Something stronger than any monster. And you run. You run like you never run before. Oh. You know, visually this game isn't so bad. Like, atmospheric and stuff. Robert, okay, chapter 2. Bob, a few hours earlier. Is it gonna find out that Robert or somebody like they are actually the grizzly guy there in the, civilian costume? Abigail. Rob, are you listening? What? Abigail looks you in the eye and shakes her head slowly. You think you see a hint of tenderness in her gesture, but the illusion fades quickly. I don't like repeating myself. So this time you'd better pay attention. There's an interesting group for today's excursion. 2 college students, a documentary filmmaker, and a traveling painter. If we made them walk into a bar, it would be like one of those jokes, right? Abigail sighs with resignation. In all the years she's known you, she's heard you laugh very few times. Ask about the documentary filmmaker. Anna. Documentary filmmaker for TV. Let's see if we can save. Yes. Yeah. No. I have just a dark screen here. Alright. Quite the character. She wants to throw herself into one of the rapids. I guess for kayaking or like to kill herself. And film with a camera on her helmet. She wants what? The job will do you good, Rob. An awkward silence fills the space, and Abigail tries to smile. Make sure she gets to the cabin. What she does after that is her business. You know, Abigail wants to help. She thinks these excursions could keep you occupied. But the truth is different. Ask about the students. Dumb and Dumber. Ethan and Leo, 2 students from BAU. You already know how college students are. They see conspiracies where there's nothing but government neglect. Really. Well, I guess when I was a student, guilty as charged, but I doubt that's the whatever. The clumsiness in the management. And I don't know. It's weird to make that comment at this context, but whatever. Ask about the traveling painter. Johan. I guess it's Johan. He's here in Alaska to paint landscapes. Can you believe he's only 3 years older than us? Nice group, huh? What if we tell them it's cancelled? Abigail starts gesturing. You hear the same old arguments. It's not worth clarifying that it was a joke. Abigail enjoys playing her part. I'm going to get ready. Splash, splash, splash. Bukkake splash. You haven't been sleeping well for several nights. And it's not just about your father's death. There's an anxiety you struggle to put into words. Look at me. Who the hell are you? For a moment you think the image is about to answer you, and honestly it wouldn't surprise you if it did. There's a whole part of you don't know anything about. Why aren't you saying anything? Are you waiting for me to speak first? Is everyone here? Okay, so they arrived already. You hear a timid murmur, and ask again, raising your voice. Are we all here? Hannah the documentary filmmaker, Johan the painter, Leo and Ethan answer with a little more enthusiasm. That's what I like to hear. Now listen up. About the excursion is split into two parts. Today's part is a little easier, but not by much. You all have water? Good. The dangers of the excursion. I'm sure I don't need to remind you that Alaska is full of dangers. Cougars! Oh my god, yeah, the young men have to be careful. Rocky terrain. And rocky raccoon. And of course, grizzly bears. Dun dun dun. I'm asking that we all stay cautious, pay attention to every step, and stick together. About the end of the excursion, we'll spend the first night in tents. At the first shelter. The second night, we'll sleep in the cabin, in the woods. We'll wake up, have breakfast, and after breakfast, you'll be free to do as you please. For anyone who wants to keep exploring, remember it's at your own risk. I'll take the truck back here. Anyone who wants to join me, the return trip is on us. But keep in mind, these hikes are only possible with everyone's help. I'm sure you have questions, but there'll be time to answer them on the way. You smile, but your smile is just a specific configuration of the muscles around your mouth. Though you talked about the dangers of the excursion, you chose to leave out the recent disappearance and some rumors you heard in town. Okay, I like this chapter much more so far. Whistleblower? Everyone was in each other's sheets back then. Sometimes even literally. The CIA owes us a lot of US Army, a lot to the US Army. How much do you know about Mr. Morales, Dr. Morales? So are we like a cop now or something? Interviewer, or are we like a journalist? It's always the same with informants. It's like doing a cannonball into a pool. When you hit the water, your body pushes it out, creating a void. And informant's words are like water, rushing to fill that void, and splashing everywhere. Morales is a Spanish scientist, a disciple of Dr. Delgado. Morales ran one of MK Ultra's sub-programs. So is the Grizzly Man like some MK Ultra psycho? He wasn't so interested in LSD or sleep deprivation. He specialized in brain microcontrollers, just like his mentor, but Morales' experiments were far from ambitious. The army sent soldiers to Morales. Soldiers reported as missing in action. MIA as they call it. Yes, I know what they call it. What is MIA? And Morales would crack their heads open in the operating room to implant his microcontrollers. You haven't said a single word since the interview began. Yes, have to start overwriting. You always found it funny that they call you the interviewer at the agency. Questions aren't your sharpest weapon, it's the silence. Robert, chapter 3. Okay. Robert! Wait a second. You slow your pace and notice Johann's impatient gesture. Johann doesn't seem to tolerate the documentary filmmaker too much. You know, Johann is a painter, and you wonder if it's a matter of chemistry, or if it has to do with Hannah's need to mediate every experience through the lens of her camera. That's it. What do you think? The helmet is ridiculous. I don't think it'll help you ram antlers with a moose, though. Okay. Johann stifles a mocking laugh. Did you know? Did you know that moose can rip off a rival's head when they clash antlers to see who's stronger? Theo laughs at his teammate's comment, and you wonder if either of them are really aware of the level of cruelty nature can show. Watch where you step. I want to show you something. How many times have you made the same journey? Have you witnessed the other migrations in that time you don't remember? You notice the sky suddenly darken and think of Jamie, your father. If Jamie were here, he'd remind you of the pathetic fallacy, that literary device where the weather seems to react, reflecting what's happening inside the character. Jamie always talked about his books, not his boobs. What else could a widowed man over 65 do in Alaska besides read and drink? You shake your head and push away certain images, and think that if there's any truth to the damn pathetic fallacy, the cloud should clear with that gesture. Look down there. Are they grizzly bears or buffalo or what? Anna, Johan, Ethan, and Leo approach the cliff's edge. They spot four grizzly bears waiting in the river. Salmon migration is a key event for grizzlies. They need plenty of fat to hibernate and survive the winter. I have to go check on my son. Be right back. Mm. All right, I am back. Sorry about that. Alright. So, salmon is a rich source of energy, high fat food, especially the females who carry the eggs. The river's position is crucial. The strongest males claim the best locations, where the salmon are easiest to catch. The younger bears and females with cubs are pushed to the less favorable areas. It's a constant battle to secure the top spots. A roar shakes the Alaskan sky. Anyone could mistake it for thunder from the approaching storm. Well, yeah, there's rain and thunder here outside. I'm not in Alaska though. But the earth shaking sound comes from one of the oldest bears in the area, Akakabuto, preparing to defend its spot in the river. Blah. The fight lasts only a few seconds. Fatality. But that doesn't make it any less brutal. The oldest bear retreats defeated. What happens next? Say that's what happens next. You know, most of them manage to adapt. They find a new spot to fish. But what about the few that don't make it? What other choice do they have? Did you know that when bears fight, they exert so much force that they end up shitting themselves? Johan burst into laughter with Leo and Hannah joining in, barely able to hold it together. Even though Ethan admits it was a good one, he's still surprised by the group's reaction. Could there be more to that laughter than just reaction to a well-timed comment? Unaware of what's happening with the group, you can't help but wonder who the glasses you found earlier among the river stones belong to. It's a bit. Maybe this sentence could be organized better, but whatever. A chill runs down your spine. Will you ever know what attacked you in the woods all those years ago? Well, I guess it was Manbearpig. I mean, Grizzly Man. No matter how hard you try, you have no memory before Jamie found you. Jamie Lannister. Robert, are you okay? You force a smile. Come on. We're close to the shelter. Robert chapter 4. So many Robert chapters. The fire brings two simultaneous and contradictory sensations. The first is a sense of safety. Beasts stay away from the flames, and the chill of the night feels absurd when wrapped in the fire's warmth. The second sensation is more complicated. Beyond the circle of light cast by the fire, it feels like nothing exists, but within it, the presence of others becomes almost unbearable. It's not their stories about the past that bother you, it's your inability to share your own. After your father's death, it took you forever to return to his house. The idea of sorting through his belongings paralyzed you. Maybe losing your memory made new memories feel heavier. You left the chest for last. You always thought you'd find something embarrassing. Maybe a photo. Or some questionable erotic pulp novel. How you would have laughed if he'd hidden something like that. Ha ha ha. But no, you found none of it. Inside was a letter addressed to you, and alongside it, a white shirt and black suit. In the letter, your father described the morning 12 years ago, when he found you in the woods. The night before, he dreamed of Amelia, her wife. Her wife? His wife? What? She had been gone for years. In the dream, Amelia stood in a clearing in the woods, trying to soothe a crying child in her arms. When Jamie woke up, he had a coffee with a splash of whiskey and set off walking. He knew exactly where he was headed. He reached the clearing and found you, your head resting in a pool of blood. Jamie rushed to you and found you still had a pulse. So yeah, I wonder if we are Manbearpig all along or something. So he carried you back to the cabin and cared for you. What he never told you was that on that morning you were dressed entirely in black. dark suit and a white shirt. He kept it from you because everyone in town knew the stories about Men in Black. Oh. You didn't respond for a month. When you finally recovered, you couldn't remember anything, not even your name. Jamie called you Robert, the name he and Amelia had chosen back when they still believed they'd have a child. But Amelia had fallen ill when she was young and they had to remove her uterus. Later they considered adoption. But time passed, Amelia died, and Jamie was left alone. They would never have a child, or so he thought, until the dream where his late wife showed him the crying baby in the clearing. The letter ended with Jamie apologizing to you. In the dream, the baby was crying, and no matter how hard Amelia tried, she couldn't calm it down. Did I do the right thing, son? Or would you have preferred something else? The question echoes in your head. Would you have preferred something else? Fire crackles and your eyes start to water. You take advantage of the others looking at Ethan to quickly wipe your eyes. Want to hear a scary story? You force a smile and answer almost without thinking. Oh, yours, Ethan. You're thankful for the college student in the group. You'd rather hear any horror story than have them start sharing personal details of their lives. The one about the frogs. Leo points at his friend over and over. Ethan's going to be a bestseller, mark my words. Ethan waves Leo off and settles into his spot. This is the story of St. Almost, the town that sucked down 10,000-year-old toads. What? The young writer pauses. He knows the title's solid, and he smiles as he notices the group waiting for him to continue. 8 out of 10 people worked in the coal mine. The rest worked at the bar, in the fields, or at the police station. St. Almost had 1 teacher and 2 nurses. No religious representatives, and the 3 mine discoverers made all the decisions for the town. Mine discoverer, that's a weird title or whatever. Beto, Chico, and Ruben. The coal mines had turned these 3 young pioneers into millionaires. After 15 years, St. Almost had a population of 133 and one of the highest per capita incomes in the country. Chico organized the work at the mine. Let's see, save again. When they came across a hard wall in one of the main veins, Chico was the one who set the charges and detonated them. What happened next would change the town's history forever. Fine, let's keep listening. After the explosion, Chico went up to the hole left in that hard wall. Some fat bumpy toads jumped out in all directions and started croaking. Chico screamed for order and told them to catch the toads without hurting them. When he returned to meet Beto and Ruben, Chico had 23 toads in a big cardboard box. Chico told them that what had happened in the mine, and Beto said it couldn't be. That it was impossible for the toads to have survived all this time. Chico opened the box and let them see for themselves. Ruben, who had always been the most impulsive of the 3, grabbed one of the toads and brought it close to his face. He looked at the colored bumps on its skin, and something seemed to take over him. He sucked it. Ew, he sucked and sucked. Ruben dropped the toad and put his hands on his head. He started naming all 133 people of St. Almost in alphabetical order, and when he finished, he reached into the box and pulled out another toad. He sucked it and handed it to Beto. Chico grabbed Beto's arm and told him no, but Beto sucked it anyway. Chico tried to grab the toad from his hand, but Ruben appeared from behind and struck him in the neck with the butt of his revolver. Chico woke up several hours later. He didn't know where he was and slowly began to remember. In the streets, he noticed that almost everyone had a fat toad on their hand sucking on it. Chico ran to the police station. The armory was open, but he didn't find anything. He He tried to calm himself. He heard that some screams coming from the bar and went to see what was happening. The whole town seemed to have gone mad there. There was no other explanation. 133 two people formed a chain heading to the east side of the mine. They all worked together in an invisible enterprise while they alternatively suck in those ancient fat souls. Yeah, this is sort of weird and disturbing. Chico followed them until they stopped. 5 stone idols formed a circle. The crowd began to crowd into the figure made by the idols. The idols shone in a broad daylight, and 132 inhabitants of Saint almost vanished in an instant. Chico managed to grab a fat toe that fell from a woman's hand as she disappeared. Alone and on edge, he started sucking the toe. He sucked and sucked, collapsed to the ground, unable to hold back his tears. He kept sucking until nightfall and lost all touch with reality. The toad had stopped croaking a long time ago. A week later, a group of explorers found Chico's corpse clutching a toad with both hands. A fat toad whose eyes had popped out and its insides had spilled from its mouth. And you know what? The explorer's map didn't show any town called Saint Almost. Dun, dun, dun. It's so good! Ethan clasps his hands together as if praying and smiles. You wonder what your father would think of Ethan's story. Maybe Ethan's mistake is hanging out with people like Leo, people who praise everything he does. I've got other stories. Beavers that build dam with bones from an old Indian cemetery, an old woman who carves miniature reproductions of the townspeople from the wood of the oldest trees in the taiga, and creates unexpected butterfly effects with every movement of her knife. A goat whose bleat lures mountaineers and causes them to fall from the cliffs. Tell them about the siren thing. Is it Greek? Yes, siren and goat share the same etymological origin in Greek. Really? Of course I know that. I'm the Argonaut after all. I've got several manuscripts in my backpack with my stories. That's enough. You're about to apologize and then head to bed. Generous audience could be worse. That achievement, I guess. You're about to apologize and head to bed when you notice Hannah rummaging through her things. At a film festival, I met a young filmmaker who makes horror movies. His name's not important. Hannah smiles slightly to the side. Ethan looks at Hannah with interest. The young student seems to have realized it's time to be quiet. You remember one of the things your dad used to say. Good storyteller knows when to listen. Who knows, when you think. Maybe Ethan has a future as a writer. This filmmaker was obsessed with a type of solitaire that only sociopaths play. Do you want me to teach you? Sure, let's listen about solitaire. Oh no, is it a game? What? Instructions. The goal of solitaire is to make as many cuts as possible. I think you also win if you order each shoot from king to ace. That's much harder. Anyway, you have to make cuts trying to match the goal of each pile. The difference in the cut, whether you're short or have extra. The difference in each pile is to be greater than or equal to the card you flip over the next for each of the piles. I know, it sounds complicated, but I assure you it's very simple once you get the hang of it. So, what's this thing? Cut left. Okay. Oh no, failed. Deal. Oops. Oops. Didn't really understand the rules. Let's try a few more times. Why does it have to be like this? Like this sliders. The game really likes these annoying sliders. That which is something I don't like. I really hate these mini games. They're like some of the worst mini games I've ever experienced. They're not maybe not well maybe, but I guess at least they're probably not compulsory. Okay, that's yeah. You wave to the group and tell them not to stay too late. I don't know. That game was nonsense. Maybe I'm just too dumb to understand the fine nuances of the really smart ass game. They need to be rested for tomorrow because tomorrow they will die. Could all the stories you've heard about men in black be true? You think about Ethan and feel a little envious. When a writer doesn't know something, they just make it up. Very profound observation. Or they can also do research. What's this? Fish and skull. Where the eggs? Orange. Dirty. Dirty. Soft. How much? How much? How much? Dirty. Dirty. The river. Where? All salmon. Orange. Soft. All salmon. So I guess he like chops people's heads open and gets their brains because he thinks it's salmon. So chapter 5, Johan. I should probably end the stream here already because I have to go, feed my kid and stuff soon. Like, it should be possible to do this in one sitting, but alas, today I don't have much time. Because of factors and stuff, but hopefully tomorrow I can finish this game, and it's not as bad so far. I like the compared to the first chapter. Like the first chapter was really bad because it was the really stupid mini game that was incomprehensible, and also because it was buggy and I couldn't even save. So let's see, like if tomorrow when I try to play the game again, like if we cannot reload the games or something, maybe the files have been corrupted or something like that. But at least like the writing is a bit cringe, but that's like a part of the genre, I would say, because that's kind of horror, like horror movies kind of game. But anyways, I'm gonna head out. I'm Adventure Argonaut, and I thank you for watching. Bye bye.